All right, today in geometry, we're going to look at section 7.3. We're going to do day one of this. Okay, so look at this great big triangle over here. We have B, A, C, and then we have D down here. And it says, first off, how many triangles do you see? Hopefully you see 3 triangles, the great big one, and then we have this line AD that has created 2 more. So hopefully you see 3 triangles. Okay. So now in those 3 triangles, we want to find each measure. Okay, so the measure of angle CAD. So CAD, so I know that this is 90, this is 25, okay? I'm just looking for this little part up here first. So these two together, that one and 25 have to equal 90. So if I just do 90 minus 25, I find that that's 65 degrees. So I know this is 65 degrees. But I know that these two together equal 90, so 90 minus 65, that gets me 25. So the measure of angle DBA, well, if that's 25, then this is 65 because that's 90. So this is also 65. The measure of angle BAD, so BAD, up there we have already labeled that as 25. And finally, the measure of angle BDA we know is 90 degrees. So then it says write the measurements in the diagram. We've done that. Now draw all 3 triangles so that the right angle is at the bottom left angle and the longest leg is drawn horizontally. So first we're going to do the great big triangle. So if I do my great big triangle, where this is A down here, so the longest leg, this is C, this is B up at the top. So this is 65 degrees. And this is 25 degrees. So then we're going to do the next one. So that's going to be this triangle that's got A, D, and C in it. Okay, again, this is angle D, C, this is 25 degrees, this is A, 65 degrees. And finally, that little bitty one. So now the long side, okay, is DA, so this is DA, and this would be B up here, 65, 25. Notice all of my angles I have put in the corresponding areas, right? So the top angle in each of these is 65 degrees. The bottom left is all 90, and the bottom right is all 25. Okay? It says the altitude, remember yesterday we talked about altitude when we were looking at the height, so now we're going to get our official definition of altitude. The altitude of a triangle is the perpendicular distance, so perpendicular, and remember perpendicular means forms a right angle. So it's the perpendicular distance from one vertex to the opposite side. Each leg of a right triangle is an altitude. You can make another one by connecting the vertex of the right angle to the hypotenuse, forming a new right angle. And that's what has been done up here. Okay, so we took our great big right triangle. We connected the vertex of the right angle, which was up here. We went down to the hypotenuse and created segment AD and made a new altitude. And that's how we ended up with 3 triangles up there. So now we're going to look at our first theorem. Okay? It tells me that if an altitude is drawn from the hypotenuse of a right triangle, the 2 smaller triangles formed are similar to one another and to the original triangle. And so we saw that when we drew these 3 up here and we put the right angle in the bottom left-hand corner. We noticed that the 65 degrees was at the top, the 25 degrees was that bottom right, and so all the corresponding parts were the same there as far as our angles. So it tells us that there is a large, or we're going to call it a Papa Bear triangle, a medium, a Mama Bear triangle, and a small Baby Bear triangle. We know they are similar by AA similarity. So we're going to call this the 3-bear method. And so notice that our 3 bears, we have Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear, and they're all 3 holding those triangles that we just drew up there, BAC, ADC, and BDA. So we can say that triangle BAC is similar to triangle ADC, which is similar to triangle BDA. Again, notice it tells you that order matters. Just like always, the order matters, okay? So this is the triangle that they give to me. Triangle BRA, that's my great big triangle, right? There's my original 90. We drew an altitude from that 90 over to my hypotenuse, made another 90, and we labeled that E. We want to draw the three triangles, the Papa Bear, the Mama Bear, and the Baby Bear. So we see that they've all three been drawn for us. Now we want to label them, okay? This is very easy if you think about your angle measures, okay? So if I think about my angle measures, if I take the great big triangle, okay, and I label angle B as 1 and angle A as 2, okay, and then I had my 90, right? So now if I look at this little triangle up here, if that's angle 1, this is now my 90, this is angle 2. So in this triangle, that's angle 2, this has to be angle 1. We want angle 1 to be at the top of all of our triangles, angle 2 to be at the bottom of all of our triangles. So our great big Papa Bear is the B, R, and A. So now my two 90s, my Mama Bear and my Baby Bear, they're both going to have the same 90 as E's. Okay? So the Mama Bear, angle 1 is R, so R is at the top. Angle 2 is A. My Baby Bear, angle 1 is my B, and angle 2 is my R. So now we're just going to finish the similarity statement. They started it. Triangle BAR is similar. We have to go the same order. Triangle RAE, similar to triangle BRE. So let's try that again. Name the three similar triangles, Papa, Mama, and Baby, for the given diagrams. Okay. Again, if I call angle 1 M, angle T2, then in the Baby up here, since M is 1, H is 2, and H in Mama is 1. So my great big Papa, again, M, H, T. I know that Mama and Baby are going to have the same right angle, which is A and A. I know I want angle 1s at the top of everything. So the angle 1 in Mama is H. Angle 2 is T. Baby and Papa always have the same angle 1 at the top. So M, A, this down here is H. So now I could write triangle MHT is similar to triangle, they're the same order, HAT, similar to triangle MAH. All right, so now again, look, study the diagram, label the three triangles, then complete each statement. Okay, so I know that my great one, T, D, and Y. I know that my Mama and my Baby are both going to have E's here, E and E. I know my Baby, the top is the same as the top of Dad. So T is at the top, so that leaves D down here. And Mama, I know that this angle down here flips up to the top, so that's Y, E, and, oh, sorry. And Mama, this angle here comes up to the top, so this is D, E, and Y stays down here at the bottom. Right. So now we're going to fill these proportions. So we notice that Papa and Mama have some that are alike. Right? So Papa and Mama both have a DY in them. And notice that Papa and Baby both have TDs in them. I notice that I've got DE and DE both in Mama and Baby. So we're going to have these corresponding parts, okay? The same ratios. So now we're going to use those facts to write some ratios. So I see the very first one says DE and DE. Well, which two have DEs in them? This is Mama and Baby. So this is triangle number 2 and 3, which is Mama and Baby. It doesn't matter which one, I just do the first one. So I'm going to call this one my Mama. So DE in mama, okay? I want the same side, same orientation in baby. So that would be TE. So I could say TE. So now DE in baby over here, I need that to be the same in mama, EY. So that fills in my proportion. I could have put YE or ET. Remember that that order doesn't matter. So now let's go to the next one. I have a DT and a DT. Okay, so which two triangles have DT in them? The first one and the last one. So this is Papa and baby. Or number 1 and number 3 if you prefer. So DT and Papa is this side. Okay, let's switch colors there. DT and Papa is this side. That is in baby, ET or TE. So now in baby, DT is my hypotenuse. So my hypotenuse in Papa is TY. So this is TY down here. So now let's go to the last one. I've got DY and DY. So which two have DY? The first one and the second one. So this is number 1 and number 2, which is Papa and Mama. So DY in Papa, the bottom of Mama is EY. DY in Mama, the hypotenuse in Papa, TY. So that's my proportions. So, of course, now that we've seen that we can create proportions with these similar triangles, we can use those to find missing links in the triangles. So our last page, it says study the diagram, fill in the appropriate links. Okay? Again, if it's easier, we can go ahead and label this. So I can label this triangle A, B, C, and then the altitude is D. So I know my Papa is going to be ABC. And again, if it helps, label 1, 2, okay? And I know that I want angle 1 at the tops. I know that Mama and baby will have the same right angle labeled D that we put in there. Okay? Baby, the top of baby is the same as the top as Papa, so that's going to be A, and then this is a B down here. Okay? So then the top of Mama is B, and this is C. So now let's go ahead and fill in everything that we know. So we see that A to D is 4. So come over here, any A to D's, we're going to mark 4. So here's an AD, that's a 4. I see DC is 5. Any DC's we're going to mark as 5. A to C is 4 plus 5, so that's 9. So A to C is 9. B to C is X. B to C is X. B to C, X. So now I look at Papa Bear, I know 2 things. Mama Bear, I know 2 things. Baby, I only know 1 thing. So I'm going to use Papa and Mama to write my proportion. If I start with the bottom of Papa, X, I have to put that over the bottom of Mama, 5, equals hypotenuse of Papa, 9, over hypotenuse of Mama, X. We just created our proportion, so now we know how to solve a proportion. We cross multiply. So X times X gets me X squared equals 9 times 5. So I get X squared equals 45, but I don't want X squared, so I take the square root of both sides. Factor tree, I know that came from 9 and 5. 9 I know breaks down to 3 and 3. So I get X is equal to 3 square roots of 5. So now I know that side of the triangles. So that is the bottom leg of Papa, but it's also the hypotenuse of Mama. Okay. Let's try that again. So study the diagram, fill in the appropriate links, create a proportion, and solve for Y. Again, I can label this A, B, C, and D. So I know this is A, B, and C. I know Mama and baby's 90s are D. I can label this as angle 1 and 2, so that makes this 2 and 1. I know that baby's top is the same as Papa's top, so I know I've got AD, this would be B. So I know the bottom of baby is the top of Mama, so B, D, and C. So now I'm going to fill in, what do I know? Over here, A to D is 12, so A to D here, I have 12. D to C is Y, D to C is Y. I know BD is 18, 18, and 18. I know A to C, the whole thing, would be Y plus 12. I only have one thing in Papa. I have two things in both Mama and Baby, so I am using Mama and Baby to write my proportion. So again, if I start with this side in Mama, 18, over that side in Baby, 12, equals the bottom of Mama, Y, over the bottom of Baby, 18. Cross multiply, 12 times Y equals 18 times 18. So 12Y equals 324. And finally divide by 12. So 324 divided by 12, Y is equal to 27. More practice with that. So again, label A, B, C, D. So I know that my Papa, I'm going to do A, B, C. I know that Mama and Baby's right angles are 1. I'm going to call this angle A, angle 1, C would be 2, so then that would be 2 and 1 there. So I know the top of Baby is also going to be A, and then the bottom would be B. So this is going to be a B and a C for Mama. So now let's label what do we know. A to D is marked 15 in my picture, so this is 15. D to C is marked 10, 10. A to C is 15 plus 10, so that's 25. B to D is X, X, and X. So which two triangles are we using? Well, again, we're using Mama and Baby. So Mama and Baby to make our proportion. So I could say X over 10 equals 15 over X. Cross multiply, so I get X times X, which is X squared, is 10 times 15. X squared equals 150. Take the square root. Again, I know that came from 10 and 15. 10 is a 2 and a 5. 15 is a 5 and 3. Pair of 5s, a 2 and 3 left behind. So X equals 5 square roots of 6. Again, you see why we did all of that practice by proportions and factor tree and radicals, because we need all of that here. All right, so up to this point, all of the triangles have been drawn for us. We just had to label them. So this last one, same thing, only we have to draw our triangles. Again, just label this A, B, C, and D. So I know I need a Papa, I need a Mama, and I need a Baby. I know Papa, A, B, C. The right angle in Mama and Baby are D's. The top angle of Baby has the exact same top as Papa, so that's A. So that leaves this to be a B. That bottom of Baby is Mama's top, so this is BDC. So we labeled that one without having to do the angle 1, the angle 2. We could have very well have come over here and written those in, again, if we needed to. So now let's label what we know. AD is 4. AD is 4. BC is 12. A to C is 12 plus 4, 16. BC is X. What two triangles do I know two things in? Papa and Mama. So I'm using Papa and Mama. Write my proportion. So I have X over 12 equals 16 over X. Cross multiply, I get X squared equals 12 times 16. So X squared equals 192. But I don't want X squared, I just want X, so take the square root. Factor tree, I know it came from 12 and 16. 16 is a 4 and a 4. I'm not going to break those down because I have a pair. 12, 2 and 4, but that 4 also breaks down to 2 and 2. So I have a pair of 4s and a pair of 2s. So outside I get X equals 8. Left behind, oh, sorry, that should have been a 3. I have a 3, so 8 square roots of 3. All right, so that is day 1 of section 7.3 using Papa Bear, Mama Bear, and Baby Bear to do similar triangles, to check out similarity in triangles, create proportions, and solve those proportions. Your homework can be found in today's announcement It's 7.3, worksheet A, B. You will do your work on your own sheet of paper. And tomorrow we'll look at more of these.